friends. My name is Miss Amy, and I'm holding a candle today because today we're going to be talking about St. Lucy's Day. And St. Lucy's Day is celebrated on December 13th. The reason that I'm holding a candle is because Lucy means light. If you think about it, right about dinner time, it's already dark outside, which is different from summer. So this is the time of year when light is very important to us. So this is why we celebrate Lucy during this time. Today we're going to focus on how God always loves us, and he wants us to love others in return. So today we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer. We'll read the story and learn a little bit more about St. Lucy, and then we'll end with a closing prayer. So let's put our praying hands together and say the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So St. Lucy was a woman that lived long ago. And like St. Nicholas, we don't know much about her life, but we do know that she was killed because she was a Christian during a time when it was against the law. In those times, everyone was supposed to worship the emperor of Rome. That's another word for king, as a god. And Lucy refused to do so because she knew that only God was God. So part of her story seems a little scary. A common story told about St. Lucia is that she would secretly bring food to the persecuted Christians in Rome, which was very dangerous. And that does sound really scary. Persecuted means that they were in trouble for being Christians. Many lived in hiding in the catacombs under the city because it was illegal to be a Christian. Catacombs were large tunnels and chambers where people might stay for days so they could worship God in their own way because they knew the emperor was not God. So they had to hide. Soldiers were always looking for Christians so they could be killed. When Lucy went into the catacombs, she would wear candles on her head so she had both her hands free to carry food and other things. So like I said before, Lucy means light, so this is a very appropriate name. Lucy became a very popular saint in all of Europe, but especially in northern countries where the days are very short around December 13th and light is very important. In Sweden, the custom developed that just before dawn on Lucy's Day, St. Lucy's Day, the oldest daughter of the family, dressed in a long white dress and a red sash, and she wears a crown of lighted candles on her head. She goes from room to awaken her family members, offering them coffee and sweet rolls. So among other things, St. Lucy is identified with acts of love and kindness among her family members. I'd like to show you a picture of St. Lucy. This is something that we do at our church. So here's a picture of our church, the children's area. And this is my daughter, Lakin. She had the chance to be St. Lucy last year. So if you look, she's wearing the white robe, she's wearing the red sash. And if you look really carefully at the top of her head, she has the candles, the wreath of candles on her head, just like St. Lucy. So it's important to remember that even though this is a famous story about someone who lived long ago, St. Lucy was someone who did her very best with God's help to follow Jesus. God always loves us and wants us to love others in return, but sometimes we need to be reminded of how to do that by hearing how someone else did it so well, just like St. Lucy. So let's put our praying hands together to say our closing prayer. Dear God, in this season of Advent, thank you for the gift of Jesus and help us to be aware of ways we can show love to others following his example. Amen. So boys and girls, I hope during this time of Advent, we can think of others and think of something kind that we can do for others, just like St. Lucy did. I hope you have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.